Hello, guys. So, welcome to my channel. My name is Kingsford. For those who are new here, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. If you're new to, thank you for stopping by. And that is it. Yeah, Kingsford. All that I do is to share content on making your study abroad journey easier. And just as the thumbnail indicates, let me know, waste your time. Let's get right into it and find out. What are some of the possible reasons? That led to being able to land scholarship for various attempts or for your first attempt or what. Regardless of the number of attempts that you've tried, what are the possible factors that made you didn't get a scholarship or funding? Some personal experience that I've gathered over the years. In this journey, and let's just get right into it. Do you want to learn it? Yeah, let's do it. Tada! Energy, energy, energy. All right, welcome back. So before I get right into this content, I've made some lists that I'll be reviewing with you. Just some few lists. Some few minutes will be done, but I want you to understand this. First of all, that they are my personal. Opinions. It doesn't. Exhaust what really goes into it. It is not exhaustive, but just a way to help you to make your journey what easier, so that you review what you are doing. What you're not doing right or what you've been doing right, that you have to really kind of put more effort into that area to land your offer. So first of all, the first factor that I highlighted with my some of the points I've listed here is that the first one is that applying to schools or programs without funding. That is it. So this is more streamlined towards US schools, Canadian schools, and also UK as well, and some other European schools. Um, for US, for instance, or any other country that you're considering, please, if you're applying to a program, first of all, ensure they have funding available in the department. Ensure they have funding available. People don't care about these things. All that they care about is that put in the application, get admission, then they will not be looking for scholarship. It doesn't work that way. Ensure there is a concurrent funding or scholarship available. And what is the eligibility criteria? Is it that you applied with your application or it is done after you get admission? You have to look for this. And I even go the extra mile of even confirm, I did application during the COVID-19 time. So some of the department had some financial constraints. So I always confirm that, okay, do you have funding available? I remember one school, New Mexico State University, my time, the economics department then, they didn't have funding available. So, but they wrote it on their website that they don't have funding available. Oh, no, they didn't write it. I reached out to them and they connected to me. They don't have what funding available. So that prompted me that in any school that I'll be considering during that season, and since we're in the COVID time, let me confirm they have funding available. Although this is post-COVID era, but I would encourage you that try to always ensure and confirm that maybe perhaps they have already given the GA slot to students who are already there, that do not have any GA for the coming year or for the coming semester. So ensure you confirm these things before you put in the application through an email. Sometimes they provide on their frequently asked questions, and that will go a long way to help you. We can look at Germany. Germany is, a lot of their schools, 90% are tuition free. But yes, so if you're able to do a search, well, use their dat.de, you'll be able to find out schools that have internal funding, less DAD and other scholarships that you can leverage. UK as well, ensure you check they have internal scholarships before you put in the application, aside the Commonwealth, the Chevening and other external scholarships. Canada too as well. So it works for every country. It works for every country. That is the first one that I would want to highlight. Then the next one is timing of the application. What time did you put in the application? Did you check what we call priority deadline? Priority deadline is basically that deadline that is different from the application or admission deadline. It is normally the deadline for what financial consideration. And for PhD programs, it is normally 1st December, sometimes 15, and others are even earlier than December. And most of the time it's 1st December and also December ending, or January 15th, February 15th, and some go as far as March 15th. Master's, PhD, in that order. So please ensure you confirm the time that you put in application. Others would wait and just put in application at any time, and then they'll be sending you a DM that I applied to this school, I didn't get funded. What time did you apply to the program? And also, there is a quote that the early bird always gets the worm. Some of these schools have rolling funding available or rolling admission. So once you see such, schools or such programs, their funding is being, rolled out to applicants who put in application and they meet. I remember one school, I think Ohio University, they might have changed their this thing though. But previously, once you put in application, they review your documents within 2-3 weeks, funding, admission, everything, boom, you get it and you go your way. but now they've changed it though. Yeah. So due to the influx of application, I'll be dealing with this all these issues in this content as well. So please ensure you check the timeline for what for the application. I would encourage you to put in the application early. Yeah, early. Yes. Then also program of what interest. Program of interest. So the program of interest, a lot of people transit from one program to the other. So let's say you did Bachelor of Arts in political science, and you would want to come and do economics. Okay, transitioning to different programs, the funding is kind of like a little bit of an issue. For instance, in US and Canada, for instance, US and Canada, their funding comes in the form of what graduate assistantship or fellowship and what have you, and they would want you to just work in return as a GTA, as in a teaching assistant or research assistant or what have you. And in such roles, they would want you to have some basics in the course you want to transit. So it will be difficult, let's say, a chemistry student coming to switching to go and do, let's say, economics to come and teach economics. Okay, I know it's not feasible, but I just want to just get the idea to you that when you're transiting from a different program to a different field, normally it is tough to get funding. Although it is possible, but it is always tough to get funding. Yeah. Then also, this is the most important point that I would want to highlight. I think this is the meat of this video. Not being strategic. Not being strategic. What do I mean by not being strategic? My content and other content, my friend Fred as well, Barukisu, that is my other senior colleague, Grad School Cafe, and some other amazing channels on YouTube currently that are doing very, very well. We've been sharing free schools on other social media platforms on my channel, and we will keep on sharing them. But I would want to highlight something here. Those schools that we share, those free schools, yes, apply to those schools. But I want you to ensure that there is nothing called free lunch. Whenever we share these free schools, it increases the pool of what applicants. So I would encourage you that be very strategic and ensure that you've already shortlisted your schools. I know financial constraint, you may not have money. You can apply some of these free schools, but ensure before you apply to some of these free schools, you can use the approach we even use to also dig out your own free school somewhere. Okay, and then ensure that you're having whatever document that they need. Or I'll even encourage you that I know times are hard, but at least have a school 2 or 3 or four that you've paid out of pocket, then add, let's say, 4 additional schools that were free to augment your number of schools. But don't just be putting a free application. Let me tell you the secret. Once it is free, the pool of applicants increases and your chance of getting funding becomes slimmer. I've been having interaction with various graduate coordinators. Sometimes they've been exposing some of these nitty-gritties to me, and I think I have to share them with you. I haven't been on the panel before, but sincerely speaking, the slots for GS are not always a lot. So if you're having, let's say, 700 applications for one program that I know of, I think one PhD program in Michigan, let's say having 700 applications, the GA slot of funding may be, let's say, for 10 students or 16 students. Or let me come to the master's level, let's say 300 applications. The GA slot may be, let's say, just for 4 applicants or 5 applicants. Yes. The admission is nothing. Just know admission is nothing. For master's level, admission is nothing. But for PhD, admission is tough. But for the master's level, admission is nothing. Quote unquote. Not like it is nothing. It is something. Excuse my words. There are some schools that you can't get in easily. Yeah. But generally, on the average, admission is not tough when it comes to US schools. But getting funding is the issue here, right? If you don't care about funding, I respect you. I respect your view. You can just put in the application, get your visa, get in and come and pay it out of pocket and you are fine. But I'm talking to those who are interested in funding. So let's say they have 6 GA slots and they've received 300 what applications. Admissions will be rolled out. Now what I do is that they find I know this already, and it's also been confirmed by some of the coordinators. This is an approach some departments use. It is not exhaustive. Listen. So they give the admissions out, they find an average GPA, because the GPA is kind of like the reason why they are keen on the GPA is that it is, I think, the GPA and the GRE is the only, they are the only quantitative variables or metrics that they can use to make their, process easier. So let's say 3.4, the average GPA for this year is 3.4. So that means that those above 3.4 will be considered for what? For GA. After that, they will just cut those beneath 3.4, somewhere. Then they will just look at 3.4, they review SOP, what have you, and stuff. And they'll even find another average GP for funding as well. They do it that way. average GPA for funding as well. So I remember doing my application to Western Michigan, I asked the coordinator, the then coordinator, Doctor, I mean one professor, I don't want to mention his name, and he made me to be aware that the funding GPA for last year was 3.7. I was like 3.8 or so. Yeah. Then I wasn't close to that. I was like, I'm not close. So he said it varies, so I shouldn't worry, I should put in the application. And my year it came down and I got it. So what am I trying to say here? It varies. So and let me tell you the trick. I paid $100 for that school, and the pool of applicants around was not more than 40 applications as at then. So there are a lot of schools in this country. Please dig and search. Don't just be taking the easy route. Once you see a school, we just been publishing, just put an application. We are trying to let you know that these schools are there. You can also use how do we do it? We've been demonstrating how to find free applications here and there. Leverage these approaches, and I think you'll be fine. So that is that. I don't know if you get a point very well. If you don't understand it, just put me the question in the comment section and I'll respond. So that is one approach that I know. Sometimes to for instance, RA positions, that is research assistantships, it may not go through this route. They may look at your research interest, how it aligns with the professor's interest. So how you communicate your research interest is very, very important. Then you can leverage communicating with professors, writing to code emailing here and there. These are also good approaches that works for people. I've interviewed a lot of people in my chat on my channel here. You can check them out and listen to what experience my other colleague did the same approach. It worked for him. So yeah, that is that. They may use the GRE as well because it's quantitative. It makes the application work easier. So sincerely speaking, they're not going to kind of like spend a lot of time on you if I mean you are not doing well. So that is just that. That is about your profile. Then, so if you're watching this video and I think you have a brother or sister in undergrad, I would encourage I would encourage you that please advise them to study hard. Advise them to study hard. Advise them to study hard and make the grades. That is that. So I think that is the main meat of this video that goes into the funding and admission. I know I ranted a lot, but I think you got a point. Yeah. Then the ultimate point. I don't know why. I sincerely brought it at the last part. I'm a believer, so I believe in the God factor. That is what really, worked for me. I think, yeah. I'm an economist. All that is being holding all these factors constant. I believe the timing should always be right. Sometimes it's not yet your time. It is not yet your time. You have tried one, two, three, maybe the fourth time you will get in. Others did it the first time they got in. It doesn't mean that you don't belong here. Keep on pushing, keep on praying, keep on believing. And at the right time, I think you are going to work, you are going to get it. So in case you gain admission without funding this year, as I wrap up this video, I would encourage that you defer your admission, stay in touch with the coordinators, and then keep on expanding your applications and keep on trying other schools as well. I hope this video helps those who have been receiving love letters and rejections, and let's do this together. And as I always say, scholarship is not lottery. Bye bye. See you in my next episode.